Now, let me show you how awesome the eye autofocus of the Sony ZV-1 is. See? Amazing, right? It tracks me wherever I go. Yo, what's up? This is Real Talk Darbs, and as a vlogging mentor based here in Dubai, one of the questions I get asked the most is, hey Darbs, what is the best camera for vlogging? And now I just received a camera from Sony. No, don't worry, it's just the box. In fact, I'm actually already using it right now. And I think Sony is up for the challenge of providing the best vlogging camera. But is it? Well, let's find out. This is my review of the Sony ZV-1. Now first, let's start with the camera itself. On the left side, you have the mic input, multi-port for charging, and the HDMI cable. And at the bottom, here's something that is kind of unusual. Honestly, I'm not a fan of. You won't be able to take off the battery or access the SD card if you have the tripod screwed on the camera itself. Now, there's a hassle that you have to actually remove the tripod all the time. It actually gets in the way if specifically you're like me, a run-and-gun vlogger shooting style. Now, let's get to that later. Now, let's talk about the lens. It has the 24 to 70 millimeters 1.8 to 2.8 aperture. And on top of that, we have actually different modes. And here's something very interesting. There is a custom button for the background defocus mode, or as others call it, bokeh, the blurry background, on which they said that on just a push of a button, you can actually blur the background right away. And it's great if specifically you're into that kind of look. It makes the subject pop out from the background. And you can also place the included dead cat for a way more clearer audio. And lastly, finally, the feature that every vlogger has been asking for to Sony ever since: the articulating screen. Good job, Sony. Now this screen, I could not say it enough that it's very useful for vloggers. And I myself is a fan of it and been using it all the time. And I can also see other consumers who's gonna be taking advantage of this feature as well. They're gonna love this camera even more. Now, enough of that. Let's get to the fun stuff. It's time for the vlog test. Now, the vlog test will be divided into 6 parts, which includes portability, image quality, autofocus, battery life, buttons and menu, and finally, the conclusion. Let's now first discuss the portability. What I love about this camera is it's very lightweight. It won't be a hassle to bring it anywhere. So you are gonna be able to shoot your vlog wherever you are, and it doesn't attract attention that much. And also, Sony includes the vlogging tripod, which you can also buy as a bundle with ZV-1. This tripod is compact, very minimalist, and very intuitive to use as well. And the image quality, it's considerably very good for its size. The ZV-1 might be small, but I'm telling you, it's packed with features. Now, one of my favorites is the steady shots, which makes the image stabilize. Here's the test with the steady shot on. A steady shot active mode on, which is more stable, but there's a little bit of a crop factor. And as you can see, it smoothens out, and I can see that the image is very stable. And here's the test for the steady shot off. So I'm not sure if there's a major difference. I think there will be, but as you can see, this is me walking back and forth with the steady shot off. Also, I wanted you to keep in mind that if you're going to use 4K, there is a noticeable crop. So with this issue, the shooting grip can actually help you with the crop factor. as it extends the camera further away from the subject. And this camera also has high frame rate for slow motion. And here are some sample shots that we took using the Sony ZV-1 on some commercial shoot to test its capabilities out when it comes to real-world testing. And now you've seen the quality. Let's talk about the autofocus, on which Sony has greatly improved upon. And I'm gonna show you how fast the autofocus is. Now, let me show you how awesome the eye autofocus of the Sony ZV-1 is. See? Amazing, right? So it tracks me wherever I go, and that's how great this small compact camera has, even better than its previous full mirror predecessors. And they have this feature called the product showcase, which the camera focuses on the product. Well, basically before, in order for you to do that, you have to cover your face with an object so that it will focus on the product that you want people to see. But now, just place the object closer to the camera and it focuses really fast. But with all those features, the question remains, can the battery hold up? Well, unfortunately for my test, it really had a hard time keeping up, especially when you're using the 4K. And on top of that, it keeps on overheating, which make the camera unusable. Now, if you're a vlogger just like me, it will be very frustrating, as there will be times that you're not going to be able to capture the scene whenever you want to. Maybe because it's just the climate here in Dubai. Let me know in the comment section if you're experiencing the same thing. It might have a charging port on the side though, but it's still not a great solution. And of course, the button layout and the menu function is not as great. And there's also times that the on and off switch are covered by the dead cat itself. And sometimes I ended up pressing the wrong button. Sony might have included the flip screen, but they still did not give us one of the things that we want, which is the touch function. So there is still no touch function in order for me to change the ISO or the aperture. So it's still fairly limited. So for my conclusion, well, Real Talk Darbs recommends the ZV-1 to you vloggers out there. You do have to consider that the ZV-1 is priced around 3,000 dirhams or roughly around $750 US. Now, if you have the budget and want a camera that you can just vlog right away, then by all means, go ahead with this one. You'd love it if you also bought the grip, which is an awesome combo for the vloggers. But if you're looking up into stepping your vlogs in the future, in this price range, you can get the A6100 or add a little more and get the Sony A6400. Both are awesome mirrorless cameras with interchangeable lenses. There are actually a lot of features that is packed on this compact camera. It may have some flaws, but at this size, it can clearly compete with the competition out there. So to answer if it's the best vlogging camera, well, it depends. If you're able to look past to the two major issues I found in this camera, which is the battery, which by all means can actually be solved just by buying some extra battery packs, or the overheating issues, which would not be evident if you would just only shoot at 1080 or maybe you would shoot just indoors. Well, yeah, for its size and portability and the massive features you're getting in this camera, I can say that the Sony ZV-1 is a monster on its own field of point-and-shoot cameras. But this is not to say that the camera is perfect. It still has a couple of things to be worked upon. It mostly ticks the needs of what most vloggers need in a camera. And it's actually making me hopeful and expecting a perfect camera for vloggers on its next installment, which could be the Sony ZV-2. So thank you for watching. If you have things that you wanted to comment upon, the things that I missed, the things that you love about the camera, the things that you don't like about the camera, go ahead, mention it in the comment section below. And then thank you very much for watching. Share the video.